one on time against Vic2's 22, 1400. No, it was actually 1503. Oh, there you go. I've got a challenger. Little Beast is going to challenge me. 3-minute game. It's going to be fair today. Thank you, Beastie. Thank you, Little Beast. Thank you. Thank you, Beast. Thanks for the coin. God bless you, son. God bless you. God bless you, son. The old Beast is a bit rusty. He's been on the terps. He's on the terps. The old Beast is on the terps. That's what those pommies do. They're on the terps all the time. I'm very proud of him. It's my grandson. Oh, I'm not really that proud of him. He doesn't want the piece. He doesn't want it. I can save it. You can save it. Only just. What a lot of rubbish. Never seen so much rubbish chess in all my life. Never seen so much garbage. God, he's hopeless, isn't he? Isn't he hopeless, folks? He's hopeless. Isn't he totally hopeless? We're going to take all his pieces off and just win. It's going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be a bloodbath. Oh dear, 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 what happened? Oh dear, you lost a pawn. There's one. There's another one. Oh, he's lost. He wants another. He wants another game. Scores 2-0 against the Beast. I'm going to adopt him today. I think with like 10-0. 10-0 would be a good score. Very healthy. Very healthy. A good 10-0. I'm going to try hard. He might stop it. He might stop the rot, but I don't like his chances. He missed checkmate. He had a checkmate there. Did anyone see the checkmate that he had? He had a checkmate. A little check down there might get the beast and keep him honest. Got to keep him honest. Oh, it's check. I can see a check down there. There's a check. Well, he's never missed a check. It might be mate. Oh, there's a queen. Whoopie-doos, I got a queen, I got a queen. There's a castle. Got a check in the castle. I'm looking good. Ah, he's gone. The beast is gone. Oh, poor old beastie. He's having a tough time today. He only just woke up. He's been on the plonk all night. Been drinking the booze. He says he's in love. Mr. Beast is in love with Mr. Booze. Mr. Booze, yeah. Mr. Boo-hoo-hoos. Mr. Booze. Ouch! He's lost a horse. He's lost a horse. It's called a pawn fork, Beastie. It's called a pawn fork. It doesn't help your situation too much. The old pawn forks. They can be very nasty little things, those pawn forks. You've got to watch them. They come out of nowhere. Oh, free queen! I love it. Thank you, Beast. Thank you. There we go. Oh, he gave me a free queen. Isn't he generous? That's one thing about those people from the United Kingdom. They're very generous. They're very generous. That's right. And what's the Beast doing now? What's he doing now? He's probably gone for another drink. I can't drink. I've got cancer and I can't drink. Can't drink alcohol. It's not good for you for cancer, right? So if you've got cancer, just stay away from the demon drink. The demon drink. Stay away. Oh, he's giving me all these pawns. We'll take them all off. He doesn't need them. He resigned. Oh, 5-0. 5-0. It's not looking good, Beast. Might be a good time to consider your chess career. Might be a good time to consider your chess career and take up maybe childcare. Childcare. You can look after yourself. You can claim something from the British government, and they're very good that way sometimes. And you're a child after all, Big Beast. Little Beast, sorry, Big Beast. I called him Big Beast. Sometimes he's like a big beast. Sometimes. Oh, he's found a combination. No, he hasn't. Didn't work. Okay. Well, oh no, my pawn! Oh, he's got a pawn. No, he saw it. Take that pawn. Oh no, my pawn! He's looking, trying to find a good move. I'm building up firepower here. We're building up some firepower. Oh, there goes his piece. If I put that bishop in there, I might get a checkmate. Might, I might not. He resigned. Okay, so the score is 6-0, and the little beast is still fighting. He's fighting like the blazers here. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. There goes a pawn. God, he's like his queen's got a square, isn't he? I wonder what his next idea is. That idea was not too good, Little Beast. Little Beast MTB. So if you want to know what MTB is, it's like mountain bike riding or something that he does. He does like mountain bike riding or something. He also races race cars too. Race cars. That's when he's not doing his plumbing. I'm going to fix your plumbing, Beast. I'll fix your plumbing, son. He wants me to take a pawn. Okay. There's a big check down there. He's going to watch out for checks. Strange checks. They could come from anywhere, couldn't they? Oh, we saw that one coming. I'm trying to move in a little bit closer to the beast so that he can't get away. We don't want him to get away. He's getting away with murder lately. He's been getting away with murder and, well, frankly, we've had enough of him. He's got to die. He's got to die. So he's going to lose. He's going to get killed in the knight and pawn endgame. I'll go for a queen. It's nearly a queen. A couple of squares to go. He's going there. Push a pawn. Well, he went back. Wise decision. It was a wise decision. And he resigned. A little beast. He didn't have any moves. His position was like zugzwang. Wasn't the best move. Attacking his rook, his castle. Attacking his castle. We'll just take it off. And there's a free one there. We'll take that. Whoa! I'm going down there. Well, well, well. You got to check. Very good, very good. Check is good. Sometimes a check can be good. Sometimes a check can be bad. Well, there he goes. He's going into hiding. We'll go up and visit him. Go and visit him. He says, forgive me, because I don't know what I'm doing. My name is the Beast and I've got no idea. It's very, very difficult for him. He's sacrificing a queen. Well played, Beast. Who else would find that move? I think if you showed that move to the 20 million chess players in the United Kingdom, I think there's only one person that would find that move, and that's the Beast. He's finding those key moves. Its score is 8-0, and I'm going to file the adoption papers shortly. Oh, I won a pawn out of all that. He's trying to get a draw against the endgame master. Oh, he'll be lucky. Against the endgame master, he's trying to get a draw. Ouch. God, he put his pawn on a bad square, didn't he? It was a terrible square. And there we go. 9-0. 9-0. He's fighting. He's only just woken up. I think it was about 7 a.m. in the United Kingdom. About 7 a.m. Queen alert! Queen alert! I think he's just dropped his queen in the very important 10th game. He just didn't see it coming. See, my main chess rules are examine all checks, examine all captures, and then examine all threats, right? You know. So that'd be number 3, examine all threats. Not easy to do in 3-minute chess. He's going for a little bit of, what do you call it? He's playing for a little bit of dignity. Dignity, I think it's called. I should have played pawn here. I played the wrong move. I played the wrong move, and now that's a bit of a weakness, but it's okay. It's okay for the moment. His queen's trapped. His queen's trapped. Well, I'm going for a queen. I don't know about him, but I'm going for a queen. I'm going for a queen. I've got a nice little queen there. Oh boy, it's 11-0 beast. It's 11-0. He doesn't want to give up. He wants to win a game. Oh, gee, he could be here for a week. He could be here for a week. Could be. He's attacking my nothing. No, he's not attacking anything. He's just confusing himself. He's confusing himself. He's found a square. Oh no, he lost a piece. He's giving me a piece. The beast is giving me a piece. So I don't know what he's doing. I've got no idea. Well, it's 12-0. He's if he wasn't such a big donor to my channel, I'd say enough's enough, beast. Enough's enough. But he's a major donor to my channel. He donates blood. That's what he donates. He donates blood to my channel. Yeah, so I try to drain the blood out of his body. I think the knight f6 is correct. Castle. Oh, there he goes. He's over there now. He's everywhere, isn't he? Well, I don't like that move. Okay. Oh, that's not right. That wasn't the right move. Got to play the moves that he doesn't expect. Strong moves that he doesn't expect. He's down to a 1 minute 15. And we've got a big check there. Now we're circling the wagons. Ooh! The Indians are circling the wagons, a little beast. The English. G'day, Matisticus. How's Matisticus? One time, John beat the legendary chess bra. I was a witness to it. It's on YouTube. Yeah, that's right. So it's on YouTube, how I beat the chess bra. 10-minute game. We've got Zunderman Sensei. He said, today I blundered a draw to a candidate master. So he is hoping it doesn't happen to him. Whose move is it? Mine? Has he found a defence, has he? There's a check there. He's running short of moves. He's running very short. Very, very, very short of moves. But he's just surviving. He's in survival mode. He's trying to find the move, but he resigned the game. He's abandoned the game. There we go. So I would like to thank the Beast for the 13 games of chess. Very nice of him. And now, anybody else would like to have a challenge, or have you got a special request? Matisticus, would you have a special request? Matisticus is my wonderful, he's got the sword. What do you call it? He's one of my wonderful swordsmen. He's my swordsman, my moderator. That's correct, yeah. It's Peppy is here. Afternoon, Peppy boy. He says, afternoon, Johnny boy. So afternoon, Peppy boy. Teddy! Oh, gee, you know what? I'm at fault. I haven't taken Teddy to the laundromat. Oh, not the laundromat, to the dry cleaners. Teddy needs to go to the dry cleaners. I'm saving up my money, Teddy, and we're going to take you to the dry cleaners because what happens is when I'm holding Teddy, my hands might sweat a little bit, and if they sweat over a period of time, Teddy's little fur, he can turn off-white. We'll call it off-white. What do you reckon, Ted? Do you need to go to the dry cleaners? It's like going to the dentist, Johnny. I don't want to go to the dry cleaners. Please don't send me to the dry cleaners. You don't want me to... Why don't you want to go to the dry cleaners, Teddy? Oh, last time I went to the dry cleaners, they took all the pennies out of me pockets. They took the pennies out of your pockets? Teddy! That's terrible. And my pawns too. I had a few chess pawns in my pocket, And when I went to the dry cleaners, I got me things back, and I lost a few pawns. You lost a few pawns. That'd be the only time a grandmaster like you would lose a few pawns, and that is if you took your clothing to the dry cleaners. But you don't wear clothes, Teddy. I kept the pawns and my pennies under my hat, Johnny. Oh, you kept them under your hat. Ah, that's very novel, very clever. But it wasn't a very good hiding place, was it, Teddy? Oh, no, Johnny, I'll have to do better next time. You go and have a rest, Ted. He needs a rest. He's lost his pennies. He's lost a few pawns, as Teddy. I'll tell you what we'll do. We're going to play through a game from the world's great chess games, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to look at a mighty game from Stahlberg and Kashtan. Now, if I remember correctly, Kashtan was from the United States. I think he was. No, that's another Kashtan. I'm thinking of another Kashtan. This game was actually played in 1930 in Hamburg. It's a Nimzo Indian defence. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to go into the chess.com analysis room. So we're going into the chess.com analysis room. Okay. And we're going to have a look at the game Stahlberg against Kashtan, played in Hamburg in 1930. For those that don't know, Hamburg is in Germany. Okay, so d4 was played by Stahlberg, and knight to f6, c4, okay, right, and so this is Nimzo Indian. It's going to turn into a Nimzo Indian, e6, knight here, and now bishop here. And this is one of the main lines in chess. And even though it was played in 1930, it's all theory. So these were top line players in 1930 playing it in Hamburg. White chose this move, queen here. Now, I think a5 is good in this position, right? But black played c5. Maybe that's a better move. I agree. Pawn takes pawn. And now knight develops the knight. He doesn't take a pawn straight away. The knight develops here to f3. So knights go on c3 and f3, right? That's what the grandmasters always tell you. If you're getting chess lessons, the grandmasters will tell you knights go on c3 and f3. And black plays knight to e4. And white plays bishop here to protect this knight. Now, knight takes pawn was played, so he recovers his pawn, and white plays queen to c2. Now, when we look at this position, the position looks very equal. But in fact, the evaluation bar on the chess.com analysis board says that white, Stahlberg, is got an advantage against Kashtan. Black castles, completes his development, and now white plays this move, e4, which is unnecessary. It's an unnecessary move. And now black plays this move, queen f6. Right, so, and he gets an exclamation mark in the book. I don't know whether it's that accurate, but in this position, the evaluation bar says position's equal. White castled, and the evaluation bar says equal position. And now black plays this move, b6. And now black's got an advantage after b6. So black can't afford to win the pawn with bishop takes knight. You can't afford to win the pawn, right? Because you can lose a piece. Anyway, white played bishop to d3. And apparently it's unappetizing but forced. And in this position, A5 is played. This is very ambitious move, A5. The king moves to knight 1, but do you notice that there's 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, and maybe the castle can come into it, 5 pieces attacking the king. Well. King to knight 1. Queen moves here, threatening a pawn, right? And then white played rook to knight 1, king rook to knight 1. Now, don't forget who's playing this game. We've got white Stahlberg and black Kashtan, right? Stahlberg actually sounds German, doesn't it? King to knight 1. Bishop to rook 3 is played. Look at this. He's activating all his pieces. Now, in this position, black's making a judgment that his other pieces are all safe. They can't be taken off the board. So he develops the bishop and he connects his back castles. And white played bishop to e3. It's a desperate attempt to free himself. But white plays knight takes bishop. Now the queen recaptures. And now bishop takes knight. And now you can see this pawn's on. So pawn takes bishop. He wants to keep this pawn, but at what cost? And now black plays a brilliant move. What move would you play in this position? So that's the challenge for you, Sunderman Sensei, Pepe, Santa Submatiscus, Zundam Sensei. What do you think, mate? Have I got challenges? Not just yet. Hamburg is in northern Germany. Thank you, Santa 37. Okay, so black played a really strong move in this position. What move would you play? I want to see what moves you would choose in the chat, please. Come on. I need someone to give me a good move for black in the position. Bishop takes c4. No, if you play bishop takes c4, the queen would recapture, right? And you would just lose a piece. But you have got the right idea. Okay, Sunderman, you've got the right idea. The move that's played is based on this pawn being weak. And this is the move, d5. Look at that. Straight away opens up the whole position. And now he plays pawn takes pawn. And queen takes queen check is played. And after rook takes queen, bishop takes pawn with a tempo. Very valuable tempo, threatening the castle and threatening the pawn. The rook returns to this square, and now bishop takes pawn, and this position is a complete win for the black pieces. He took a pawn off, that's very brave, and then he played this rook here, pins the bishop against the king. So white played rook here to protect the bishop. And now the pawn marches. So now he's threatening pawn here. It's a killer move. Anyways, the bishop attacked the castle. And the rook just moved away and threatened the bishop. The bishop retreated, as it should. And now black played this move, knight here. And the knight's coming in here, it's so powerful. The white rook went here to defend this pawn. And now bishop check. And the king went in the corner. And damn well, you know what happened next? What move would you play in this position if your name was Stahlberg and you want to win? Sunderman Sensei, what move would you play here? Knight c3. Yeah, I think you mean knight b3 check, and you're right. Because now if the pawn takes, the pawn will recapture, check, only one move, rook here, and that's checkmate, right? The other idea after knight b3 check is rook takes knight, but after pawn takes rook, there's no defence. The position's just totally lost. Okay, it's totally lost. There's nowhere to even hide. You can't even hide this kind of position. Rook takes pawn check threat. You're going to have to push a pawn, mate. And after rook takes pawn check. Okay, the king has got to go here. And it should be an easy win for the black pieces with bishop takes knight. Or rook check, or just rook check. King takes pawn is forced. And rook takes pawn. Here we go, and that's the end of the game. That was a brilliant game by Stahlberg against Kashtan. Hamburg 1930, Nimzo Indian. Looks like Black knew what he was doing, didn't he? I'll read you up a little bit of a story about Isaac Kashtan. It says, next to Flohr, F-L-O-H-R, the most likely challenger for Alekine's crown in the early 1930s was the American Isaac Kashtan. So I was correct, he was American. This was a novelty since he was the first American since Marshall. And they're talking about Frank Marshall, the great guy that invented the Marshall attack. Yeah, Frank Marshall. They called him the Black Death. That's what they called him. Imagine you're a chess player and your nickname is the Black Death. Rightio. There's no question in anybody's mind at the time that he played a match with Marshall in 1931 or 1932. Kashtan would have won the title, but those were Depression years and it could not be arranged. So there you go. So it's amazing how bad economic times can affect someone's chess career. All their life they might want to fight to improve their game so that they can get that magical chance at fighting for the world title, and then damn, along comes the depression, the world depression, and unfortunately he never got to play in the match. It says Kashtan was the strongest American player for 3 or 4 years. Then he was outdistanced by Sammy Reshevsky. You might remember Sammy Reshevsky come along and then became one of the strongest players in the world. And Reshevsky ran into Bobby Fischer, didn't he? But in his later years, Reshevsky still had a long time at the top. And Reuben Fine, of course. Reuben Fine was up there. And Reuben Fine was a great book writer. So if you have a look at your different chess books, you'll find chess books by Reuben Fine, such as this one. There we go, that's right. This book here is from Reuben Fine. There it is. The World's Great Chess Games by Reuben Fine. It says, at his best, Kashtan was nicknamed the Little Capablanca. There you go, did you know that? So Isaac Kashtan from America, then one of the strongest players in the world, in the top 5 or whatever, he was known as the Little Capablanca. Isn't that cute? There we go. We all know and love the great Jose Raul Capablanca. There we go. Where was he from? South America, wasn't he? So apparently Kashtan had a great game based on the emphasis of positional play and endgame technique, right? And there we go. Now, Cashdan, we saw that last game that we played through. And in that last game, Stahlberg beat Cashdan. But here, we're going to show you a game, I think. Yeah, we're going to show you a game where Cashdan wins, right? So this time we're going to show you a game where Cashdan wins. This game is from Stockholm in 1930. Stockholm in 1930. Okay, so this game is from Stockholm in 1930, and Rellstab, that's his name, Rellstab. He's playing Cashdan. Cashdan's got the black pieces. It's the Queen's Gambit declined D4, knight to F6, C4, E6, knight here, pawn here. Okay, so this is a standard position in the Queen's pawn opening, and both players are fighting for the centre, and just got a stable position. Both players got stable position. Right, White played bishop here to develop a bishop and to connect the castle and queen. And Black plays queen knight to queen 2. Okay. Now, a beginner might want to say, hey, I can win a pawn. Pawn takes pawn, pawn takes pawn, and knight takes pawn. Now, if you take the knight, the bishop could take the queen, right? You can see that, can't you? But in actual fact, it looks like White wins a pawn, but White doesn't win a pawn, because you can take the knight, because when you take the queen off, there's a check here, and now that's the only move on the board. And after bishop takes check and king takes bishop, and Black is a piece up. It's just a trap for beginners, right? You've got to understand these types of little traps when you're going through the beginner stage, okay? All right then, so we're going back to, of course he didn't play knight to d5, he knows better than that. Queen knight to queen 2. White played pawn here and built up his pawns and opened his bishop. The bishop went to e7, preparing to castle. So notice every move that these two players play, they're world-class players. Every move that they play has got a reason behind it, right? So when you've got your chessboard and you're playing a game, always try to find a reason why you make a move. Don't just make a move for the sake of making a move and push a pawn or something, right? That's real raw beginner, right? What you've got to do is make a move and understand why you made the move. And then as you improve, you're making moves with a reason, but you might have several reasons. And then when you start, that's building up to a game plan. That's the next stage in your chess development, okay? Okay, so bishop e7. Knight goes to f3. And we always talk about, and I say it so often, knights go on f3 and c3. That's one of the basic chess rules. Black castles and completes the development. And now White just plays rook to c1. It's a quiet move. This is called a semi-open file because there's a pawn down there on c7, and there are no pawns there for White. So this is called a semi-open file. Two semi-open files on the board. The other one is this one here. There's only one pawn on the file. It's where there's two pawns on the file, it's a closed position. But if there's only one pawn on the file, it's a semi-open file. Black played rook here and putting his castle on the semi-open file. However, the engine says more precise is pawn here. Pawn there. But this is a good move. White played bishop here. Oh, hold on one sec. I've gone wrong here. I've gone wrong. Let me go back. Right, so in this position, bishop to knight 5, queen knight to queen 2, e3, bishop e7, knight here, and castles. Yeah, because I was showing you this pawn takes pawn variation earlier, and I didn't reset the board. So this is the position, and then rook to c1, rook to e8, and now bishop to d3 to develop the piece, and now pawn takes pawn. It's a tempo because the bishop's got to take it back. Okay. Now a6 is played. The whole idea is you want to play pawn here and attack the bishop. The white bishop moves back quietly. And now black plays c5. But what black wants to do is he wants to attack that pawn. White castles. Now black plays pawn takes pawn. Now it's in this position, white plays knight takes pawn. However, pawn takes pawn, these analysts have got this as, let's have a look at this, knight takes pawn. Evaluation bar says slightly better for black. No, it's good for white. I said pawn takes pawn. Pawn takes pawn. What does the engine say? Slightly better for black. So there you go. So knight takes pawn is correct. Right? Knight takes pawn is correct. And in the chess book by Ruben Fine, it says white plays too passive and pawn takes pawn was more aggressive. Isn't that interesting? But the chess engine says, no, 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 no. You don't want to have what's called an isolated central pawn. Black played knight here with the idea of attacking the bishop. The bishop went all the way back. However, bishop here is correct. Bishop to e2. This is not so great. Now the queen comes up here, and the idea is black would like to, like you can't play knight here, for instance, because knight takes knight check would win the bishop. Right? Queen to rook 4 was played. He said, oh, would you like to change queens? And now what? Black took a queen. And now the knight takes the queen. And can you see where the white knight wants to go? The white knight wants to jump in here. However, black plays knight on 4 to there. Okay. White moves the knight back. Black played knight here. And now king rook to queen 1. He's centralising his castles. That's the open file. This is now an open file as well. So white's got both pieces on open files. bishop d7. And now knight here. It's a very sneaky move. He wants to play knight there and take advantage of that bad bishop on d7. The rook goes to d1. The knight moves up to e4. And now the queen rook goes here. You can't afford to let white penetrate down there. Black played a bad move, so white played a bad move. He played knight takes, knight check. Knight takes, knight check, pawn takes. Now the bishop slips in here, and it looks like, oh, this is good, right? Because the king hasn't got many squares. But have a look at this move, knight here. Right, knight there. It's a move and a half, isn't it? And it forces an entry into the white position. White played rook takes rook. Bishop takes rook. And now rook takes rook check. And bishop takes rook. And now pawn to knight 3. He's got to try to save his pawns. But the knight goes to bishop to b6. Knight went to d2. The only way to hold the pawn, apparently it's the only way. Bishop to d2. Pawn to queen rook 3. To free the bishop. He wants to free the bishop. I've missed out on a move again. After pawn to queen knight 3. Pawn to queen knight 3. Knight to b6. Bishop to knight to d2. Bishop there. Pawn here. Pawn to queen knight 4. I've still got the position wrong for some reason. Oh, I moved knight to bishop 6. I've got the position wrong. Sorry, guys, I've got the position wrong. So we've got this position here. Here. Where's the two rooks? Right, we've got this position. Unless there's something written wrong in the book. Knight to rook 5. He did play that. Rook takes rook. That's forced. Bishop takes rook. Rook takes rook check. Yeah. Bishop takes rook. Yeah. Pawn here. Oh, he plays knight here. Of course he does. Knight to queen 2. He's trying to hold his bishop. It's the only way to hold this pawn. Right? Bishop to there. Pawn here. He's trying to hold that pawn. Pawn to knight for the pawns are coming. Bishop to queen 3. He's moved the bishop. Pawn goes forwards. Pawn goes forwards. Bishop moves to e7. He's threatening a very, very big pawn there. And this is cashing in on his profound strategy. Black now wins a pawn. And in the hands of a master, that's all you need, Santa Sat. You only need a pawn, don't you? There you go. And apparently Marshall, according to Sanderson, said never capture, he told his son, never capture the Queen Knight's pawn with your queen. There you go. There you go. The Torre attack. Torre trap, yes sir. Okay, right then. So bishop takes pawn was played. Oops, bishop takes pawn. Hold on, we've got to get this position right. Played bishop to king 2, cashing in. White played knight here. Then he played bishop takes pawn. And now the bishop came back here to hit the knight that protects the pawn. And now the bishop went here. And now the knight comes in. He's trying to complicate it. But the pawn goes for a queen. Oh dear. Pawn takes pawn. Pawn takes pawn. Knight back. He's trying to stop the pawn. But knight here is the key move. Attacking the bishop. And so this pawn can run in here. The bishop goes up here to stop him. He pushes the pawn forwards. The bishop says, oh no, I've got to stop that queen. Now he plays bishop here and attacks the knight. The knight went back, right? And now he plays bishop hits bishop, right? So he's threatening the bishop and the knight. And now the knight went here to queen 3, and he played bishop here. Look at this move. That's a genius move for an endgame. That is a master move. So he played pawn here, and he pushed the pawn for a queen. And it's in this position he resigned, right? So Kashtan won, Isaac Kashtan. So Kashtan first attracted international attention by his play at the team tournament in Hamburg in 1930. There we go. So that's very interesting, isn't it? That's all about Isaac Kashtan. I'm just going to put a little tick. What I do is when I play through games like this, I actually try to put a little tick. Try to put a little tick next to the game. Then I know that I've played through the game. See that little tick there? There it is, Stockholm 1930. I'll tell you who is one of the really great players. Who's this? Mikhail Ivanovich Chigorin. Have you heard of Chigorin? There you go. The third of Steinitz's great rivals was the Russian Mikhail Ivanovich Chigorin. As with so many other masters of his day, and contrary to the rule nowadays, Chigorin developed late. He was born in 1850. He did not come into prominence until 1880, when he beat Schiffers for the Russian Championship. So there you go. So Chigorin won the Russian Championship. One of my favourite players won the Russian Championship 7 times. Can any of you tell me what the name of the player was, the Russian chess player, that won the championship 7 times? Does anyone know? Well, I'm going to put his name in here. His name is Peter. That's right, his name is Peter, right? He won the Russian Championship 7 times. His name is Peter. And it wasn't Peter the Great. No, Peter the Great was the conqueror, you crazy people. Peter the Great was the conqueror, right? And it wasn't Peter of Rome. It wasn't the Pope, okay? No, it wasn't Gary Kasparov. I just told you his first name was Peter, right? His name was Grandmaster Peter Svidler. Grandmaster Peter Svidler. There we go. And he's actually a good friend of Grandmaster Peter Lico, right? And when we, so he's a good friend of Grandmaster Peter Lico. And occasionally on chess.com World Championships, when all the big events are held, some of the big international events, you'll see Peter Lico and you might see Peter Svidler commentating on the games. It might be the Women's World Chess Championship or the Men's World Chess Championship or the candidates, but they're always around and they're renowned great chess coaches and chess commentators. Because their knowledge, their weight of knowledge. Our little beast has got to go to sleep soon, he said. Go to bed, beast, go to bed, go on. You've been beaten today, 13-0. I think it was 13-0. We got the beast, we beat him 13-0 today. It's been a very good day at the office when you beat the beast. You smash up the beast, you adopt the beast. Here we go. I'll tell you what I could do. I could show you a game of Peter Svidler. Right? Would you like to see a Peter Svidler game? Okay, so he won the Russian Championship 7 times. So let's go and have a look at the game, one of the games of Peter Svidler. Right, so we're going to go into... there is a section here, top players, right? Here it is. If you go to chess.com, you're a member of chess.com, you can go in there and have a look at this section in chess.com, and it's called Top Players in the World, right? Okay, as you can see, Grandmaster Magnus Carlsen is number 1. Number 2 at the moment is Hikaru Nakamura. You can see him there. So when you go on chess.com, you can, if you want to see what the order, the placing order is at the moment. Number 3 is Gukesh Donmaraju. Do you notice that he's number 3 in the world? He's a world champion, but he's only number 3. Okay, it's a credit to Hikaru Nakamura to still be number 2. Arjun Eragasi of India is number 4. Grandmaster Fabio Caruana, Fabio, the most beautiful man in the world, he's number 5. Number 6, he's moved into this place. Number 6. Grandmaster Nonabek Abdusatorov. He has really moved into contention, into the top echelon of chess. He's now coming in at number 6. Number 7 is GM Wei Yi. And then comes Grandmaster Pragnandahar Ramesh Babu in 7th place. One of my favourite players, he slipped back. He was a contender for the world title on 2 occasions and lost out both times. That's Yan Nepomniachtchi and from Russia, and he's number 9. Number 10, and we expected him to be a lot more prominent, and we're talking about Grandmaster Alireza Firouzja. Okay, so we've covered the top 10. Okay, other players down the list are Grandmaster Wesley. So, Grandmaster Aravind Hambaram. Watch out for him. Watch out for Aravind Hambaram VR. Okay. Okay. He calls himself Aravind, right? He's an Indian Grandmaster. Won the National Championship in India 2018, 2019 and 2023. And he's above Levon Aronian. Okay. Right, so we've got a lot of Indians at the top now. But we're looking for Peter Svidler. So we're going to search top players. Type in Peter Svidler. And we should get Peter's name come up somewhere. There he is, Grandmaster Peter Svidler. And that's Peter. Right? 8 times, sorry, Peter. Peter Svidler was 8 times chess champion of Russia, right? Okay, so he was 8 times chess champion of Russia. 8 times. His name is Peter Veniaminovich Svidler. He's 48 years of age. He was born in Leningrad, in the old Soviet Union. Right? His world ranking is now, at the moment, 33. So there you go. He's rated 33 in the world now. And I'll tell you what, there's one player that's been coming back, isn't it? What's the name of that old bloke? There's an old grandmaster. He's starting to win all these games. I saw a YouTube video where they're saying he's just winning all these games. He was one of the most deadly players you could possibly meet. And when he first came on the chess scene, this fella, he was destroying everybody, right? He was destroying everybody. I can't think of his name right now. It's not coming to me. I can see his face, but can't think of his name. Anyway, we're going to look at it. We promised to look at the Peter Svidler game. And, right. Peter Svidler was a student of Andrei Lukin in 1993. He was an international master. But Svidler took off. So Peter Svidler's greatest result, they reckon it was the success of the 1990s tournament Tilburg. Tilburg has always been a famous chess tournament. The star-studded field in Tilburg included Garry Kasparov, world champion, Vladimir Kramnik, another world champion, Michael Adams, the great Peter Liko, Grandmaster Peter Liko, and Judith Polgar. Right, so there you go. And Peter Svidler tied with Kasparov and Kramnik for first place with 8 out of 11. He did so as black by defeating Alexander Onishuk in the final round. And what we're going to do is we're going to show you a game from Peter Svidler. Okay, so we're going to go back to the analysis room. Okay, and this game that we're going to play through is Garry Kasparov, and someone in the chat mentioned Garry Kasparov and Peter Svidler. Okay. Now, Peter Svidler is playing the Grandmaster Peter Svidler. He's playing the white pieces, okay, and he opens with the move e4. Now he's developing his bishop. He's developing his queen. He knows what to do. He knows about the 2-move checkmate. So watch out if you ever have to play Grandmaster Peter Svidler. c5. Garry Kasparov chooses the very menacing Sicilian defense, right? And Garry Kasparov was an absolute super grandmaster with the Sicilian defense. He was one of the very elite with this opening. His knowledge is almost incomparable. with other players. Knight to f3 is played. In the fashion of Tal, c3, and we've got the delayed Alapin variation of the Sicilian. Bishop knight f6. Now bishop e2. Now, someone might say, oh, but Garry Kasparov can take the pawn. No, he can't. If you take the pawn, there's a check here to the king and you lose your knight. Okay. Knight b file to d7 was played. And now black is actually threatening a pawn. White played d3. Black plays b6. And white castles. Black played bishop b7, developed his piece. And black has got a beautiful game. Right? Knight b file to d2. g6 is played. d4 by white. White wants to take the centre. C takes d4, C takes d4, and now knight takes e4. What? You might say, hold on a minute, you can't play chess like that, can you? Well, apparently you can. So knight takes e4 was played. Now bishop takes e4. Now white plays this move, knight to g5. Now you can only think that in this type of position, that this is preparation. d5 was played. And now bishop b5. Look at this move. Okay. Bishop g7 was played, develops his pieces. And now f3, he says, get your bishop out of there. He doesn't even want to take the bishop. Bishop moves back. Now he says, g4, I want to take your bishop off. This is very brave of Peter Svidler to do this, play a move like this against none other than Garry Kasparov. h6 is played. And now g takes f5. H takes g5, and now F takes g6. So we have a real violent game of chess. We really do. A6 is played. He attacks the bishop. Pawn takes, pawn check is played. King takes. And now bishop a4. This is interesting, isn't it? Now, I'm going to show you something here. A lot of people, after g takes f7, check, king takes f7, a lot of people might think you could play bishop here, attack the castle, and then get this pawn with check. But do you know something? You just can't risk it, can you? Because some people say, oh, you've got to risk it to get the biscuit. But after bishop here, knight to f6 can be played. I think I'll show you. If bishop here is played, right, knight here can be played, protect the pawn. And then after knight here, you've got to be really careful. Because queen here would threaten the bishop and threaten checkmate, right? Such is the danger in these types of positions. Okay. Right, so knight there, takes, check, king takes pawn, and now bishop moves back. Okay. Rook there protects the pawn. Look, bishop takes pawn was coming, and now it's protected. White develops the bishop. He wants to get all his pieces working. And black plays knight to f6. It's protecting the castle. Queen moves up. He wants to take a pawn off. And now queen there. And now can he take the pawn? He doesn't bother. He just defends the pawn. Typical Garry Kasparov. Rook, he's doubling up his rooks on the pawn. Rook here. Now bishop takes pawn is a real threat. Bishop takes pawn. It's a real big threat. Rook here. He says, you can have that pawn. I want to go and steal something else. So he protects the pawn. He holds everything. Peter Svidler holds everything. Garry Kasparov wants to attack him, but Peter just keeps holding all the key squares, waiting for his bishop to come into the game. Right? If that bishop comes in the game, it's very dangerous. Rook here. Garry Kasparov throwing all the pieces at his opponent. Bishop moves back. Knight there. Bishop hits castle. Look at this move. Position's getting more and more complex with every move, isn't it? Knight forwards. Right. And now bishop takes. Knight takes check. King in the corner. But unfortunately, black's position, though it looks like it's attacking, it's running out of puff. Queen here is played. Rook to g3. Queen up. He's bringing his queen up. Bishop takes pawn. He's finally nabbed that pawn. Knight takes. And now rook takes. There we go. Queen there, threatening something. A castle. Threatening a castle with check. So rook moves back. And now, bishop there. He's just holding everything. Whoop, bishop f6. Queen to d3 is played. You've got to... Rook takes d4 by Garry Kasparov. Queen to g6 check. Looks bad. You can't come here because that's checkmate there. Only one move. King forwards. Yeah. Queen checks. Oh, look at that. King goes e6. What? He says queen. Queen e8. Rook c4. Now queen to d8. And now he wants to give him a dirty big check with the rook. See, if you could get a check here, the king's only square will be here, and that's checkmate there. We know that. So queen f5 is played. Now he plays rook e1 check, and now you're going to lose all your pieces. Rook e1 check. Bishop e5, he's found a defense. And now queen there, attacking a bishop. And it's in this position that Garry Kasparov resigned. He resigned. He can't seem to find a way out. There's a major threat in the position, and the major threat in this position would be, if it was white to move, rook takes bishop check, right? And then if a queen takes, rook check here will win the queen. You lose your queen, okay? So that was Peter Svidler and Garry Kasparov. There we go. And it was the opening was the Sicilian defence, the delayed Alapin variation. So that was a very nice win by Peter Svidler over the great Garry Kasparov. Okay. Well, we have streamed for 2 hours and 19 minutes. We've got 440 players. I think it's only fair that if we play through a game of Peter Svidler against Garry Kasparov and Peter Svidler wins, we've then got to have a look at Garry Kasparov, haven't we? Okay? So let's go back to players, great players, top players, and we'll have a look at one of the great games of Garry Kasparov. So again, in the top chess players in the world section here, we can search top players for Garry Kasparov. Okay. What's happening? I can't seem to get him. Well, he'd still be right up there somewhere, wouldn't he? Even though he hasn't, he's not active at the moment. He's sort of semi-active. Gary Kasparov would have to be there somewhere. Got Vincent Konov, Topolov, Yu Yang Yi, Pentala, Parmagsudlu, Shindrov, Wang Hu. There's Peter Svidler, number 33 in the world. Sam Sevian, Daniel Dubov, one of my favourite players. Probably one of yours too. Alexei Sarana, Grizchuk. Oh, there was the player that I was talking about who started winning all these games. He was absolutely deadly. There's Frederick Svein, Amin Tabatabai, David Howell. David Howell's highly rated, isn't he? Number 54. David Howell's been around all the top players. When it was Junior World Championships, and that David Howell was playing there with Magnus, I believe. So I'm just looking, going down the list a little bit. I could search for the players' names. Boris Gelfand, isn't it amazing? From Israel, Boris Gelfand, still number 76 in the world. Hey, what a great player was Boris Gelfand, eh? Just goes to show you. Vasily Ivanchuk. This man, Vasily Ivanchuk, Ukrainian grandmaster and a world-class player. He was the number 2 player in the world on 3 separate occasions, 1991, 1992 and 2007. Oh, well, there you go. Ivanchuk won the 2004 European Individual Championship. He won the 2007 World Blitz Championship, the 2016 World Rapid Championship. He has defeated every classical FIDE world champion after Grandmaster Bobby Fischer. He's beaten all the Grandmasters, all the Super Grandmasters and World Champions from Anatoly Karpov all the way through to Magnus Carlsen. He's beaten everybody. Nicknamed Chucky, that's his name, Chucky. Chucky Ivanchuk has one of the most creative and unpredictable styles of play in recent history. There you go. And that's Ivanchuk there. That's Ivanchuk there. And at the moment, he's been playing really great chess. And he was playing in a completely different era of chess at the time of Polygaevsky and Nigel Short and Jan Timman. So he's not young. He's not young. But he's just such a great player. Who does he remind you of? That's right, Viktor Korchnoi. Viktor Korchnoi, who fought Anatoly Karpov for the world title. Yeah, he reminds you of him, doesn't he? Yeah, he looks a bit worried there, but I think that would be a bit of a disguise. He's ferocious, this man. He's ferocious. He's a ferocious player. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at Vasily Ivanchuk against Peter Svidler. There we go. So this is supposedly one of his best games. So we're going to have a look at the game Vasily Ivanchuk against the great 8-time Russian champion Peter Svidler. Okay. So it's like it's Russia-Ukraine really, because after all, yeah, he's Ukrainian, right? Vasily Ivanchuk from Ukraine, or born in Ukraine. Okay, all right. So let's have a look at the game. This is one of Vasily Ivanchuk's great games, and for the purposes of ratings for the game. At the time, Vasily Ivanchuk was rated 2,729 and Peter Svidler 2,765. So there was 30 odd rating points difference, which is nothing in top class chess. Knight f6, we have an Indian game, c4, g6, and now knight c3, d5, and now what we have here is the Grunfeld opening. Bishop g5 was played by Ivanchuk, or Chucky. We'll call him Chucky. That's his nickname. Bishop h4, knight takes c3, b takes c3, and Peter Svidler played d takes c4, which is a logical continuation. e3 is played. Bishop e6, he just tries to hold the pawn. Slow white up a bit. Queen to b1. This is a very interesting move. This move threatens to play queen takes pawn. Right, it's a big threat, and prepares e4 as well. c5 is played. So now in this position. Obviously, Peter Svidler has a prepared line, and queen takes b7 is played. And now bishop d5. Look at that beautiful bishop. Gets a check. Now knight to d7. So black's trying to get a really active game. Knight to f3 is played. Rook to b8. Peter Svidler has got all his pieces working brilliantly, as he does. Queen a4. C takes d4. C takes d4. And queen to c8. Rook c1 is played. And look at the pressure on this pawn. e6 is played. Bishop takes c4, he's coming. Rook to b4, and look at this move here. Look at this absolutely interesting move, rook to b4. Queen goes to a6. Now white's attacking the black queen. The bishop moves back. And the queen goes to a5. Okay, so now, can you see this is brilliant stuff, really brilliant. I'm going to show you, it's black to move in this position. Speed chess, Sandersad. Yeah, it's black to move in this position. And how many players would play rook takes bishop, right? Beginner players would play rook takes bishop, right? Rook takes rook. And say, oh, I won a castle, but you didn't because there's a checkmate there. See, that's the trap. That's the trap. That's the brilliance of Vasily Ivanchuk, that he had that move. So obviously he played queen there. f6 is played. And now after f6, the bishop is threatened. Knight to d2, he protects the bishop. Bishop to g2, he takes a pawn. Rook to g1. Queen to c6. Look at this. He's protecting his bishop. Rook takes. He sacrifices for active play. Queen takes. Bishop takes e6. And the whole idea is white wants to penetrate the black position. Bishop d6 is played, tries to develop his pieces. Rook checks. King e7. Rook takes rook. King takes bishop. Queen to d8. Now, isn't this a pretty little line? Queen to g1 check. And now king e2. And it's in this position. That black resigned. Black has got, the only move black can play in this position is that he's going to lose a piece. There's not much he can do. Even if you play bishop here, attack the queen, the rook can just go there and wins the game, right? So the only move is check here. And after pawn hits queen, there's no more checks. Oh, you got to check here, yes. But the bishop can, well, the king can go here. There's no more checks. And that would be the end of the game. So, because there's too much firepower there against the black king. And that's how Vasily Ivanchuk, playing the white pieces, defeated the Super Grandmaster Peter Svidler 8 times, not 7. I got it wrong. I apologise, Peter Svidler, if you're watching. I doubt he is. However, no, Peter Svidler 8 times champion in Russia. There we go. Yeah, so Garry Kasparov retired. That's right. Oh, Gary still turns up. He's going to be a world champion for life, isn't he? And one of the greatest world champions for life. And this is before the advent of computers, right, and computer analyses. So I think full credit to Garry Kasparov. He was the last human player to hold off the old guard of humans against computers, right? Anyway, with that, we have streamed for 2.5 hours. I'm a bit tired, so I'm going to end my stream. We've got 338 wonderful viewers. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a raid. We're going to go to a raid channel. And we're going to find a nice party to raid. Should be somebody there that is very deserving of our chess raid. Because after all, we've got some, we're going to raid Azizana. Right, I'm going to raid Azizana. She's a chess.com streamer, and she's quite a good player. Okay, so we're going to do a raid now, starting the raid, raiding the Azizana channel. That's her, that's Azizana. She's pretty, isn't she? She's a lovely girl. She's a women's FIDE master, as is Anna. I think I might have played her once or twice. And her rating, as is Anna's rating, is, I wonder what her rating is, 2006. There we go. So her rating is 2006. We're going to raid Azizana now. Raiding. Say hello to her for me, won't you? Give her a little wave. She's just putting her jacket on. She might be a bit cold. Oh, listen. One thing. God bless you all. Thank you for coming in. Thank you from me. Thank you from Grandmaster Teddy. Say goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, everybody. It's Grandmaster Teddy. Love you, Ted. Give him a kiss.